quick video of me driving my FN2 as requested. Now I've spent the last 10 to 20 minutes actually moving stuff around in my car so that it didn't make rattles and things. Found a Red Bull can that was making a load of noise, so that's been moved. Locking wheel nut key in ashtray rattles about, so I've moved that around as well. So hopefully we'll be able to hear my car as I'm driving it. Now a lot's changed on this car since I started. I changed a lot of suspension, as you've seen in the previous videos. I fully polybushed it, including the engine bay, engine mount inserts. That made a big difference. It drives really, really well. Compared to other cars that I've got, it's not mega quick. I've had fast cars, I've got other fast cars, but it just drives really, really well. It's got the power that I want. I hope I don't make those stupid VTEC faces like other people do when they're driving. That winds me up a treat. But yeah, she does go when she's finally moving. It's definitely due a map, I think. I really want to get it mapped. I think lowering the VTEC is going to be a big improvement on this car. There's actually quite a bit of space on this road today. It is Sunday. Yeah, normally I've got my stereo on so I don't hear all those knocks and rattles, but not knocks and rattles with suspension or anything like that, just stuff inside the cabin that you don't think about. I've got stuff in the boot. I've actually got a toolbox in the boot, in the rear wheel well, spare wheel well. So yeah, so perhaps the next video I make when I don't know, go countryside gutting, I'll remove everything from this car. But yeah, this is me. This will be my first driving video. I am not the best driver in the world. Whilst I enjoy it, and I've been driving for a long time, October 1996 I passed my driving test, which that's got to be like more than 20, yeah, that's like 24 years ago. But I have friends and colleagues that are really good drivers, and they often comment on how shit I am, especially when it comes to reversing, apparently. I've actually got a licence to drive a 7.5 ton truck, believe it or not, but I will never be doing that because they're massive and I will just smash into stuff. But yeah, I need to get some more track experience. I've been out on track days a few times. I've enjoyed them. I've been fortunate enough to have people with me whilst I've been on the track that really do know what they're doing and can slap my wrist when I'm in the wrong gear, or call me a mong when I've completely missed a racing line, getting my apexes right, things like that. But yeah, so I'm going to get more experience driving on the track. You got to remember, this is my daily, so 9 times out of 10 I'm literally driving it to work and back at peak rush hour times, and the traffic's shite, so I don't really get an opportunity to open her up and have a good play. In fact, it probably gets its head kicked in more on the dyno than it does in real life, which is well, yeah, that's what a dyno is for, I suppose. So yeah, review on my car on how it drives is it just drives phenomenal, and it is better than it was when we started. I've done a lot of work, as you've seen in those YouTube videos, and I love it. I love this car. It's comfy, my seat's comfy, and I've been driving Mitsubishi Colts for ages and ages and ages, and the interiors are just not as good as this car. This seat's dead comfy. I put bucket seats in a Colt once and I hated them. Admittedly, they were cheap bucket seats. They were like entry level, bone shakers, severe anal bleed on journeys to Castle Combe, etc. But this is dead comfy, does everything I want. It's got to be the only car I've ever owned that's got cruise control. which only ever gets used in where there's speed cameras. So I literally only ever use cruise control. Hang on. Sunday cyclist. I only ever use cruise control where there's like a one of those average speed cameras, which is great. I mean, as long as I'm using it. I'm looking forward to using the cruise control buttons and stuff when I've got it mapped and I can switch between maps. But yeah, I love this car. I love driving it. I think it sounds great. The induction kit that I've put on it sounds awesome, which is the CPL Racing big bore one. Not as bad to fit as I thought. Obviously I didn't fit it, Jason did, but it's great, sounds good. Really impressed with my 4-to-1 manifold, my Jap speed. That's great. Sell a lot of those when we've got stock, which is difficult in these days. But yeah, I think I might go for that Teguar system that my friend Steve's got. That's a good system, beautifully made, well crafted, well done. It are all lovely, and it's a bit bigger than this M2 one. Someone mentioned on the forum this morning, in fact, that they've had an M2 exhaust fitted and it knocks and rattles and bangs, and it needs fitting properly is the answer to that. If you get it fitted, all this stuff that's off the shelf all comes from Taiwan or China or stuff. I don't care what anybody says, it's all made by, you know, by Chinese people that love it and they make it, and that's how they support their family. But all of these parts, that's where they're all made. Obviously, unless it's like AirTech stuff or Scorpion stuff or stuff that we know is British built, but most of this Honda stuff, that's mostly made in the same factory as everything else. So whether you're spending £800 on a manifold or whether you're spending £269 on a manifold, I bet the same bloke made it. Yeah, that sounds great, but I think I'm going to get myself a nicer exhaust system, slightly bigger bore. Yeah, so that is the plan. Plenty to do on this car still. You know, eventually I might supercharge it, but realistically at the moment I am just loving it as an A. I'm loving it as a quick daily. I think it sounds top and it drives well. And what more do you want from a daily? Now obviously this car cost me £5,000, and I only paid £5,000 because it's a championship white one, which is ridiculous, because apart from the LSD it's the same car as any other car, and I could have bought one with half the miles on it for thousands of pounds cheaper. But I don't know, I like this one, it took my fancy, and the previous owner was a top bloke. So that's me having a bit of a tootle, having a bit of a drive around this morning. What are you guys doing on Sundays? It's my only day off. Not that I do much in the week anyway. Oh, let's not run over this guy with his dog. People can see you coming. People can see you coming, and they still step out in the middle of the road and then drag their dog behind them as slowly as humanly possible. Now I love dogs and I don't want to be dragging one under the car, but if I had a dog, I'd probably wait for a nice time to cross the road without some screaming white Civic approaching. And on that happy note, I shall go concentrate a little bit more. Instead of talking to you guys, I shall go and have a bit more fun. So thanks for watching, guys, and I know I've had some great comments on our content, on my content, especially on this car. So thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it. I'm enjoying making these videos. I will continue to do so, and I'll continue to tell you what modifications I'm making. So stay tuned for everything. I'd really like some suggestions on what you want to see next. Yeah, see you soon.
Bye. Life moves pretty fast.